Yeah.
What's in the event area?
What?
What is in the event area? No,
Come to me, if you're in.
Oh
not
god.
in yet.
Oh, this is an E2.
Oh.
Yeah.
If you guys want to follow along, the document's right there. It's also pinned.
Yes.
Hey, I need that.
Alright.
I'd request that you guys don't mess around or edit the document while I'm going over suggestions. If you have a new suggestion, you can add it, etc. But please don't edit it or I'll lock it. If you delete it, I'm going to find out who you are. I'm not only going to demote you, but I'm going to ban you.
Yep.
Alright, you're going to have to reload the page. You now cannot edit it.
Hi.
Someone's trying to troll me.
Nice.
Anyways, allow E2 alarms, just something that can alert you someone has entered your base. Does not track or record locations. So I can already tell with this suggestion, E2 alarms are annoying. You can hear them from all the way across the map, and so therefore they weren't allowed. I don't want to allow them again. I think that's a bad idea. That's the document.
Yeah.
Plus, you have scanners, so just pay attention.
Yep.
Bear with me. Move the advert cooldowns rules to right below the general rules, so in order it goes. I already read this. It's basically just the idea is that you want people to see the advert rules. I'll put a maybe and I'll think about it, but I don't really see the point in moving the rules because if somebody doesn't want to follow their rules, they won't read them anyways. People who actually care will read the rules, etc., etc. As for this first job suggestion, make a Crypt Blood Leader job. It already exists, so. It's a VIP class.
Yep.
Add ability to make lean custom classes. Sure, why not? That's up to Misky though, so.
Well, you already had to buy that though.
I'm assuming it wouldn't be for free.
Yeah, you'd have to buy it. That's pretty much what he did for everything else.
So it'd be a paid edition.
Yep.
Alright. Bartender job that can sell drinks and such. I feel like this has been denied in the past. But I feel like it would be a good idea, so I'll just toss a maybe on there. Being able to put weapon on safety and it puts it to your side. Thing is, I don't see the point for that. Like, at all.
Yeah.
That isn't. I mean, it's not like this is a serious RP server.
Right.
And if you just want to holster your weapon, just put it away.
Yeah, I don't see a point to that.
And you can't shoot people. It sounds like exactly the same thing as putting a weapon away.
Right.
I agree with piss babies not being able to base. That shouldn't happen. They're babies. They can't own real estate.
Yep. Well, they can't already own doors though, because that's already fucking bugged.
They can't?
No, piss babies. The way that it works is pretty much you can't own a door. It classifies you as a hobo.
Mm.
I've already tried it.
I would keep that then.
Yep.
Please fix the gun shelves so I can stop getting sick about them. Not sure what's broken about them. If you want to elaborate on that after I unlock the document at the end of this. But I'll just put a check mark next to it. Fucking hell. The mouse is shit. Make it to apply, you need 3 days, not 2. I'll think about that one. Thrill, toss on the pinky one. I don't want to scroll up.
Yeah, I got you.
Remove the TV rules as there is no longer TVs. Wrong. There are TVs, so we're not removing the TV rules. They just don't work because, you know, shitty Gmod devs. But, change the NLR only applies to raids in the rules. So basically, the idea behind NLR is that, yes, it only technically applies to NLR in a raid. But just because somebody kills you does not mean you can go back and RDM, arrest, anything like that. It's revenge, RDA, RDC, RDM, RDK, anything that could be considered. Just because they got killed, they went back and did that. So I'll put a check mark just for now. Check mark. Here. There you go. Check mark. Make prop. I'm assuming you mean prop minge. Propping?
Yeah, I guess.
I kinda disagree. Four times for a 24-hour ban is, in my opinion, how it should be.
There you go.
I'm gonna keep that as it is for now. I may rethink it later, but I don't see any reason for it to be a 3-hour ban.
Yeah.
At this current point. What if they base on a roof? Babies cannot base. That's what it's gonna be. I'm gonna add a rule for that, so. Make a rule for how much the mayor can make gun license. Okay. Sounds like a good idea. It'll be 50K.
Yeah.
Yes. Add under mayor for laws. Laws cannot restrict movement. Solve 2 problems that are very prominent. No jaywalking, only use crosswalks, etc. I agree. Allow minors to encase themselves around a rock. No.
Yeah, no.
You can't build in the safe zone, and
Yeah.
dealers added to the KOS reasons.
Yeah.
In a nutshell, you can't say for all reasons or if anything, or if annoying. The shops have just been killing who they want and having vague KOS signs. All add has to be a valid reason.
And they'll be like, oh yeah, that's a valid reason.
I'll think it over, don't worry.
Yeah.
Luna brought up a good question about specifying a rule for the use of warnings. I thought they were already pretty specific, although I don't know. When Rooster changed the rules, they fucked it up. Because it used to be you need a valid reason to warn someone. So let me check on that.
Awkward as fuck when you hear your family upstairs snoring. God damn, what the fuck?
Calm down, Thrill.
I know, what the fuck though? I have the door and like
Snore
30
louder.
I don't know. I have like
They
fucking
want
6 doors.
They are following you, trying to disturb you. There's already a description for warning on the rules, so I don't understand why you guys think it's not there. Maybe you should have checked.
Yeah, maybe you should have read the rules to begin with.
When you talk about selling money in game with players, what about it? It's allowed, and it's always been allowed.
Yeah, it's coming.
Are you sure you might not be talking about the rateables?
It says in-game money.
Oh.
Yeah.
We already know that in-game rateables are not allowed to be sold.
Yep.
Ban invisible floors on skybases or add a rule to say that they are not allowed. What's the point? As long as you can find how to get into the base and
Yeah.
walk around fine, I don't see really what the problem is with invisible floors. I mean, if you want to explain what the problem would be, I might be more open to suggesting that or accepting that. No, like, what's the problem, Telepeter? I just want to know what you're trying to say so I know why. Like, invisible ramps very obviously are not allowed.
Yeah. I'd say that just be like
floors,
invisible.
though, I don't see a problem with them.
I'd say like invisible entrances and stuff like that just have to be visible.
Okay, then
Yeah.
that's a different thing. Invisible ramps are not allowed.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, let's try to knock you off the edge. Wait, can you hear me in game?
Publicly say to the staff that you cannot plus or minus
Yeah.
support for being the bare minimum on playtime. Yeah, that's not allowed. You're also not supposed to minus support for little reasons, such as this kid is bad.
Yeah. I usually end up hiding that shit.
You need to make sure your reasons are valid and they're not just for the bare minimums. Another thing I see a lot is you guys are quoting your responses for applications. You are not supposed to do that. I'm not going to count the votes if you do that. I'm not going to name any names, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to count the votes for any future staff that does it. And I'm not going to give any more warnings. Stop skipping sits as well.
That's been a rule way back. No staff that are new don't understand that, but back when we had another community manager, we've had a rule enforced stating that you cannot skip sits. You are supposed to take the top sit first, and then...
It says that in the guidelines still.
And it also states that in the
We've
guidelines.
already-
So, you can find that in the
Anyways,
pin messages.
I understand that there is sometimes a glitch when you just join the server that the sit that was called last would be on top. That's understandable. Just take the one that's on top for your screen, and
Pretty
you
much.
won't be in any trouble.
Yep.
Having a weapon checker. I personally don't see the point. I'll put a maybe, and then just let Dylan.
I got it. Easy. Oh, fuck.
Nice.
Shh. Don't worry about that. Shh. I had a copy and paste. Shh. Alright. Anyways.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, send me that link to that doc, boy.
What document?
Oh, wait, never mind. I have.
You already have it.
Yeah. Shh. You don't want to know.
Good thing color codes are color codes.
Yeah. Here's the doc. Look in the.
Give staff an unarrest baton. Doesn't it already have an unarrest baton? I feel like it already does. But I'll just put a.
Yes, staff has an unarrest baton.
Shut up, Frog.
Yeah. You're banned. Alright. Anyways. Add that people can't be or can be banned even if they are not in a sit, but only if they have evidence that they were breaking the rules. I would specify that for ARDM cases, be a little careful, and the only good way to know
Okay,
is get or is
can
to
you
check
ever play a
RDM
list sign
manager
that
as it
says
shows
KOS
location and
engineer?
damage logs of the killer and
'Cause I
victim.
feel like this bullshit. But
Okay,
can you
so
do
to
that?
elaborate on this, normally LTAP is only in a
Because
sit.
it's all
I don't
based ahead
understand
KOS
why I really have to
engineer,
keep
and
repeating this. I've said it multiple
I'm wondering
times.
if that's allowed. 'Cause it seems like full
If you
bullshit.
have enough evidence of a person breaking a rule and they leave like 30 seconds to a minute later, you can consider that LTAP, but only if you are extremely, like 100% certain it is definitely a rule broken. You can't just call it LTAP because LTAP involves them having to leave, having broken a rule. I'll send it to you.
Sorrel bread, what's up?
Yeah.
I didn't mean to interrupt your thoughts.
No, it's fine. I was pretty much done with it anyways.
Yeah, I can't use any of them. I can't use any of them.
So, yeah. If you are extremely certain you have 100% proof that it was a broken rule, you left 30 seconds to a minute after the rule was broken, then you can go ahead and issue an LTAP ban. But I wouldn't do it if you're uncertain at all.
Yes. It also states that in the guidelines, do not ban someone because you're uncertain of something. Fucking do not.
And then also, like it says, ARDM sits are somewhat funky because damage logs clear. So if damage logs cleared, like if the sit is 5 to 6 minutes old or longer, you probably shouldn't ban for LTAP.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, even 3 minutes, because sometimes damage logs clear so fast.
Ending up on people shooting admins and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The flutter damage logs, so.
Which is also why you probably shouldn't shoot people that are in admin mode, because it just floods logs.
Well, it makes your job a lot harder than what it.
Yeah. So I'll put a check mark in there.
Just wondering.
Wait, what happened here?
Oh, I was just asking if the sign was good or not.
I am not even joking.
Wait,
This base
wait,
is
am
so
I
big
careless
that
of
whenever
all
I
right
turn
here?
the corner, my game lags.
Okay. Alright, well, he's writing that. So, this is somewhat of a question as a suggestion. If a base sit is made and you go to the base, is it considered a sit? I've been told that a sit is only if you are in admin land. I'd be, something to talk about with, with what this past week's problems. So, as long as you're really in a secluded area where, not, players would be able to identify you as an asset is how I take it as, but mostly, if they're kind of being raided at the moment and, they end up dying during your set, it's kind of a raid. You're in the RP world. You're not really in any secluded area. So, I mean, that's kind of how I take it as. Avoid it
That's
anything to
pretty close to it. The official statement I'm putting on this is, no, it doesn't have to be an admin land. It's just not a good sit if it's not in an admin land, because you can have people interrupt you and stuff. If it's a base sit, you literally can't avoid it, so it's not your fault. But we do want you to take sits in admin land just because it makes your job easier. You won't have to deal with other people interfering with your sits.
Right.
I got chicken tendies.
Chicken tendies.
Hey, you know if you go to Wendy's, you can get 10 nuggets for $1.
I wanted Wendy's, but I would have
No.
been like minutes later.
No, I'm fucking hungry. I want some Wendy's. Give me some
Vote
Wendy's.
kick once you get 5 or more votes on someone, they get kicked. We had this in the past. I just don't know if there's a way to implement it. Since we switched from what is it, ULX.
D3 doesn't have that feature. I don't
No,
believe.
Frog, it wouldn't be abused actually. We had it in ULX and nobody abused it.
We had it for over a year.
But
Yeah, I kind of remember that when back in
and
ULX.
if Zora makes a false vote, nobody's actually gonna kick them if they disagree with the vote reason.
Yeah.
And then if that does happen, there would be a rule. Oh, well, fair.
People would kick Zoro.
Oh,
Sorry.
I thought you were talking about fucking, Zoro calling false kicks because he usually did shit tons of false emotes. But if people have used the vote kick function, they could be banned for a good amount of time.
Yeah.
But it's a maybe. I don't think it would be implemented. I think it would be hard to implement.
All right. So make
Make
it
it so
so.
the welcome mat does not kill you in admin mode. I agree.
I agree with that because.
But then I also don't agree because I want to kill you guys. But
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. I would agree with that.
that's a joke.
Yeah, avoided, he likes to abuse me a lot with that.
Blacklist Mire to only be used on item creates? What?
it's an E2 thing.
Okay, sure.
Sure, fuck it. Fuck it.
I don't really understand it, so I'm just gonna say maybe and let Misky decide.
Right.
I feel that punishment severity should have a time played cushion. So basically, 3 hours on the server, depending upon the rule broke, increase or decrease length in jail or ban length. I disagree. There are
Yeah.
too many factors that throw in, like ninjas. They just come on the server with 2 seconds and RDM everybody they can.
Yeah.
So what? They're gonna get less of a ban than somebody who has 16 hours and accidentally RDM 20 people.
Accidentally.
So I got something on that.
Hmm.
Whenever someone joins a server, they're supposed to read the server rules.
Yeah, that too.
So not our faults. They didn't read the rules.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing with that advert one, where I wanted to move it up below the general rules. It's the same thing. They should be reading the whole rule section. And then otherwise, it's not our fault. So just, if you do your job, you're fine. Blacklist invisible materials so people can't even use them to make a invisible base or maze base. There aren't really that many invisible materials to themselves. Most people use the color tool to make things invisible. And we can't just
Yeah.
restrict the whole color tool.
Right.
We'll
It's
use
also
that.
common sense. Just fucking read the rules. You can't make an invisible base.
Basically, what you should do, instead of blacklisting something that can be used for something more that's not breaking rules,
Yeah.
just tell the people to remove their base or kick them.
Pretty much. All right.
Is that all?
Yeah, it is all.
Alright, I'm gonna unlock it now.
All right.
So if you guys want to go in and edit a little bit more, add some more suggestions, I'm going to gather up all the promotions that we are about to do.
I already did that, Voided.
I know, but I want to make sure
Go ahead and check your PMs.
I saw.
Yeah,
Thank
you're
you.
welcome. Yep.
Just want to make sure there's nobody that has sick count that might
Right.
need a motion.